right, we are live now. I was talking to myself during a practice run as MCF is producing this show on the fly on his phone at some natural history museum in Fort Myers, Florida, looking at some dinosaur exhibit. And I know for a fact he's looking for StubHub victims at that natural history museum that are wronged by StubHub as a buyer, as a seller. You know, Brad Clements' law is the place to go if you were wrong, because we are in the zone of taking care of folks that have been wronged, and we have all the leverage right now, my friend. So if you're wronged as a buyer, they owe you money. If you're wronged as a seller, they charge you a false penalty. They didn't pay you out on an order that you delivered your tickets on. Brad Clements Law is the man. Visit bradclementslaw.com. Send me a DM. I'll get you a form, and Brad will be in touch probably this weekend. The guy works 365, 24/7 as we know it. But man, what a crazy Friday of fireworks. Let's go to the X feed first, because we got some fireworks on the X feed starting from this morning here. So as you guys see, Matt Haney, California resale cap bill failed. Covered that yesterday on Ticket Talk. Watch that episode. And I told you guys too, first thing this morning, I offered comrade Randy Nichols $10K to sit in a dunk tank for an hour at TicketCon 2027, which is going to be held on March 1st in South Florida. And he first told me that he's not going to do it. Then I said, why don't you bring your family down? Then he's like, that's a good idea, Scott. So we are still in negotiations with comrade Randy Nichols to sit in a dunk tank for an hour at TicketCon 27. And we'll keep you posted as we get that deal done as we know it. And we know Zach Bryan hid a lot of seats yesterday in Denver. The guy's been struggling selling tickets for the majority of his tours, and he has to hide an entire end zone of Denver Broncos Stadium yesterday and make it look better. That's not a good look, Zach. I told Randy should be hired to manage Zach Bryan's band. What do we got going on tonight? Olivia Dean, Ella Langley, the two hot diva acts that were literally nobodies a year ago. 373 getting to see Ella. She's the famous country diva. And you got Olivia Dean, who I think is probably the most overrated diva act in the history of diva acts, at the world's greatest arena, Madison Square Garden, just under a $700 get-in tonight. My Lord. And I was looking at Cincinnati tennis. Obviously, Ila's the new phenom on the ladies' side of the WTA. Doesn't even put her on center court for afternoon or an evening session. She's playing on a side court that probably seats 500 people. You know how long that line's going to get in to watch her play tomorrow? I think at 11 a.m. They don't even put Alex Ila on a center court. The Filipino phenom, the face of the WTA tour right now. I don't know what that Cincy tennis director is smoking. MCF, as we know. Let's go over ticket data, check to see the current prices for the biggest live events. Like we said, Olivia Dean, 605, get it now. Megan Maroney, $500 get it. She's hot in those kind of acts like Dallas, the country acts. It makes sense that she's a hot ticket. Over in Dallas at American Airlines Center Arena tonight. And you got Ella Langley, like we said, in Corpus Christi, Texas. Obviously a hot spot, 432 get in. And then you got Zed in the Park in New York at Randall's Island for $378. Travis Tritt at Hard Rock Live in Rockford, Illinois. I think MCF used to go there to party on weekends. $252 get in. That is just west of Chicago. And you got Chris Stapleton also at Fenway Park for a $249 get in. You guys can see all the acts going on. You can click your location, see what sporting events, music acts, comedy acts, Broadway acts are in your market via ticketdata.com. As we know, take a quick look at Major League Baseball, see if anything stands out. We got a big game at Wrigley Field, St. Louis, Chicago. The rivalry obviously happened this afternoon, just under $100 get-in at Wrigley Field. We got the Brewers at the Dodgers, $73 get-in. So guys looking to go see MLB games, a lot of pace-to-wait games in the bottom half of the schedule. You can see $30, see the Red Sox Pirates for $30 in Pittsburgh. If you go to Cleveland, you can see San Diego Padres for $50. So obviously great deals. All the way down to $8. in Anaheim and Angel Stadium for Kansas City, Los Angeles. Take a look at NFL preseason. If anything sticks out, let's go to the Seahawks game. We're keeping an eye on that Cowboys game to see, because the Cowboys always draw their Lumen Field tomorrow. And that has been a pays to wait $69 get-in. I mean, who would pay $175 to see a preseason game as we know it? So we'll make the episode quick today since producer MCF is out and about at the Natural History Museum looking at dinosaurs from the World Ticket Conference, the NETP. He literally says, I'm looking at dinosaur exhibits. So we'll let him get back to his family activities. Want to thank him for giving us 6 minutes here on Ticket Talk to talk about the Friday events going on. You guys, we are the main hub for all live events, sporting events that happen around the globe each and every day. Going to keep an eye on the Cincinnati Open, obviously, with Ela and obviously the other stars going on in the Masters Series before the big U.S. Open tennis tournament starts a couple weeks from now. Make it a great Friday. Have a great evening. Hope you go to a live event this week and tell your friends to like us, give us a thumbs up. Stay lean and clean.